kids when they get to come and watch their kids do something. Like, we'll perform during basketball games, or trying to help, work with partnering with our athletic department when that helps bring in parents to their functions. Right. So not just what we're doing, but to get parents to come to other things. PTO, they have a hard time getting parents involved, and so we try to incorporate our ACE activities with theirs to help boost their purposes and collaborate with them and working together. And so it's not just us and what we're doing, but it's what the district is doing as a whole.
Right.
Yeah.
And that definitely touches on one of my other follow-ups, but are there any other strategies that have been successful in getting parents engaged in activities that are meant for parents specifically?
Just usually the surveys and asking them what they will, what can we do that would you want to come to? And that's usually just, or calling them, so call them, say, hey, this is what we're going to do, just want to invite you. We noticed that this is something that you're interested in, right. And kind of making that phone call, that visit to say, hey, we're going to do this. If this is our surveys, this is our outcomes, and this is so because of that, this is what hope to see you here. So calling personally about them, I'll know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then just overall, how do you feel that students benefit from ACE programming?
Oh, a lot of different ways. Yeah, a lot of different ways. It builds their character. I think that it builds their confidence. They gives them opportunities that they typically would not have. A lot of our kids would go home and they do chores, or they're taking care of their siblings because parents are working. So I think it lets them be a kid,
Right.
It's just endless to me. I can just think always because I have how the impact that I see that it has on our kids and families, that they what they gain from it, and if it's their academics that's giving them confidence, or it's their enrichment classes that give them the confidence to know, and if they're building relationships and they learn how to be social with one another and interact with other kids. Whether it's good or bad, they're having to learn, because, during the day, there's just I'm sure they get some time to interact with those two, but it's more of a laid back atmosphere. And so because of it, it gives them opportunities to take leadership roles, it's just, it's endless.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is.
And then for the parents, how do you feel that they benefit from ACE programming?
I know we talked about before, we have over 300 plant farms here in New Summerfield. And we talked about like plant season, we have parents that will work till midnight every night.
Right.
They work till they'll get there at 7, and depending on what their jobs are, their roles in that. But it depends on how late they work. But especially during this time of year, we see, we don't usually have, it's harder to get parents to come in because they are working. But like I said, they know what their kids are. They know that they're safe, that they're supervised, that they're eating, they're getting something to eat, and that they can continue doing what they're doing and provide for their family and focus on their family needs, where they're, gives their kids more time at school. And I think that's the main thing. It just gives them opportunity that they know their kids are safe and that they can help provide for their family. They don't have to go, or they don't have to worry about them being at home, being home alone.
All right, so shifting now into professional development, one of the many topics we'll talk about today. Can you describe the support and PD that's available to your site coordinators?
Yes, we go, to our conferences. They attend 2 conferences a year, one state and one national. And then Zola also attends the Family Engagement, Family Engagement Conference. And then we do regional trainings, or with our tax and things. We've worked on program quality assessments, learning how to assess our programs. and making sure we have a high quality program. And just really it's just kind of whenever something like that comes up that we do. We don't do a whole lot of professional development as far as we've gone to the safety trainings for after school as far as lockdowns. And I can't remember the name of that, but it's what we've been got the I Love You Guys Foundation. This is where we went. It's a standard protocol. This is what our school district follows. Mm-hmm. And so we went I took my staff and all of us went and did the exact same thing so that we know what to do after school if there's something, it's not unsafe going on. So we can still follow the same protocol as the school day. So it's when things like that come up that we kind of get our staff development. Outside of that, we don't really do a lot more of, any other type of staff development.
Right. And then, given that, what support and PD are available to the activity leaders specific to the role in ACE?
That's probably where we lack. That's probably our weakness in our program. I would say is our staff development, professional development. We just don't do a whole lot of it.
Right. And then out of the supports that you've mentioned for your site coordinators and for the family engagement specialist, which do you find to be the most impactful?
For their development, the professional development, development part of it, I think both of them are equal because I think that the site coordinator's job is just as important as the family engagement specialist. They play different roles, but their roles are very much important, So I don't know that I would see one being more than the other.
Right.
They're just different. They have different roles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting closer to that.
Okay.
So shifting now into a lens of program management and continuous improvement, in what areas do you currently think your ACE program is the most successful?
Our participation rate. Mm-hmm. We have a very high participation rate, which means I feel like our teachers are doing a really good job. My site coordinators are doing a really good job of putting the programs together, or putting the activities together, and providing what the kids are wanting, what they're doing. And I think our participation rate shows that. Mm-hmm. Which also means that I think our teachers are doing a good job of leading those classes where the kids are wanting to come back for more. So I think our classes, it's just our enrichment classes. The kids, that's what they come for.
Right.
That's why they're here. They'll do what they got to do the first hour, but they really look forward to that second hour class. Mm-hmm. And so if we're delivering a good quality program like that, then I think our participation shows that.
Absolutely. And then kind of the flip of that, in what areas would you like to see improvements in your ACE program?
I would say what we were talking about earlier, our professional development. Finding ways to, improving that part, giving them opportunities to. It's just difficult when finding time to do that with them, or them wanting to do it, because like with school, you were required to do so many professional development hours or whatever. Well, they don't have to after school, so unless you're paying them to do it, or they, it's kind of hit or miss. So maybe trying to find ways to get them to be more involved in and finding things that they would be interested in for professional development.
Right.
So I would say that was probably our weakest part of it.
Okay. And then, are there any areas of current focus for improvement?
I think you can always improve your quality of your program. We went and were trained with the YPQA, for the YCART training. I think it's kind of an eye-opener of seeing some of the things that maybe where we are lacking, and kind of opened our eyes to seeing what we could improve. And just simple things like opening the classroom with, or opening the lesson up with, I